Hey everybody, this is Andrew from n3rdgazm.com creating a video today to talk to you about our Kickstarter project. If you're not familiar with Kickstarter, just head over to the website kickstarter.com and check out all the projects that they have up and running right now. Now these projects, some of them are like video games, board games, somebody's trying to get a movie produced, and what they're looking for is to find people that are interested in their ideas and are willing to contribute to make it possible for that to come to fruition. And they do that in form of donations. So if there was a particular video game that you like the idea of, you would choose a donation amount, say $20, and then the person that's trying to get that project funded will issue you some form of a kickback. And let's just say, hey, if you donate $20, I'll give you a free t-shirt. Okay, so it's kind of a give and take type relationship. So it's a really great thing. Definitely check it out. Now, as far as what our Kickstarter project is all about, right now we're currently into podcasting, and pretty much so is everybody else. And what we're trying to do is move from audio podcasting into video webcasting. For those of you who aren't quite familiar with what that is, it's the same thing as regular podcasting, except you're adding video. I mean, sounds pretty easy. In theory, it really is, but on actually working scenario, it's a lot more difficult than what you would think. The reason being is that you actually can't just hook up a whole bunch of cameras, dial in a whole bunch of phone numbers, or have people Skype in and just have it just plugged into one computer and just expect everything to run, just fine. It's a lot more in depth than just that. You actually need multiple computers in some circumstances. You need actual gear, like you would see a DJ or a recording studio. And then also there's software on top of that too, and some of the software can get pretty expensive. Our issue is, as well, is we don't have a lot of our co-hosts or hosts in the same city, town, region. A lot of us are scattered all over the place. Some of us are from California, Ontario, Canada. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean, we're spread all over the place. So we can't just share a lot of our gear for one show to the next. We would actually have to ship out some of this stuff to make sure everybody is able to put out the best audio quality, the best video quality possible for each and every single video webcast. And it's a lot easier said than done, and the reason why I say that is 90% of the people that contribute on our podcast right now, or that contribute on our website, n3rdgazm.com, they're in college. And for those of you who have been in college, it's pretty expensive, and it's hard to find time to drop anywhere from $200 to $300 at a time on particular gear just so you can do a video webcast and do it well. And that's the main thing, is if we're going to do something, we want to do it well. Now, why would we want to go into video webcasting? Well, the reason being is I'll just use a simple example. On Nerds on MMA, it's a bunch of nerds, and yes, we do talk about mixed martial arts, but the other thing is we have UFC fighters on as guests from time to time. Now, if you were to tune in to one of our shows and you had the choice, would I just rather listen to Andy talk and my favorite UFC fighter talk, or would I rather watch them and listen at the same time? Most people, I would say it's safe to say, would actually rather watch it. And the thing is too, is for our guests, they themselves would rather be watched than heard as well. And the reason is they're trying to put a brand out there. They're trying to get their identity out there. And the nice thing is it's also creating more of a personal experience, especially, when you're the one sitting on one end of the, the monitor, and your host or, your favorite co-host is asking the question you desperately want the answer to, and then you get to see your actual favorite guest answer that. I mean, it's pretty, it's the bee's knees. Let's just put it at that. And then also the other thing is for our G3 show, that's our Geeks, Gaming, and Gadgets podcast. There's sometimes when we're trying to describe a new beta game, or a new skin, or a different strategy, and it can get kind of lost when we're trying to explain that over the airwaves. And wouldn't it be nice if we could just tilt the camera and show it to you, so that way you understand 100% what it is that we're trying to convey So yeah, it's definitely one of the things that not a lot of people are doing video webcasts because of the main reason it's very expensive. You know, if you really sat down and added up a lot of this, a lot of the gear and the software that you would need to put together a successful studio, it's very pricey, and that's why you don't see a lot of it. Yes, you can get on Ustream or Stick'em right now and do 2 people, one on each webcam, talking back and forth, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to get into where you're actually taking callers, guest callers, or if you want to have multiple people on the line at the same time, if you want to show different video or sound clips, then it gets tricky. I mean, you have to have a lot of stuff set up in order to make this happen. So to kind of sum everything up, what we're trying to do is make it a positive experience for not only our current listeners but future listeners. We're trying to expand our podcasts, I guess, choices as well, so that way we're not just doing video games and then we're not just doing mixed martial arts. We want to run other shows as well. So this is something that we're going to expand, and that way we're going to kind of make it to where anybody who goes to n3rdgazm.com or listens to our podcast should find something that interests them. And we want to be able to do this under one roof, so that way you don't constantly have to go from different websites to different websites to get all your entertainment needs. We want to try to bring it all together if at all possible. And again, with the whole deal with most of everybody that writes or contributes or hosts our shows, we're all in college. None of us can afford to really put down that kind of money to make something like this happen. And that's the whole goal, is we're trying to work together to bring you guys the best quality projects that we possibly can. And also, too, there's a community out there that doesn't know that video webcasting even exists. And again, that kind of falls back on because there's just not a lot of it. And the thing is you too can do it. Other people, there are other people on Kickstarter right now that are doing projects similar, and they need to get it help funded. So it's definitely something that if you can, we know times are tight, obviously. If you can spare a few dollars to help us out, we are willing to give you back kickbacks. So if you go to our channel on Kickstarter.com, just type in n3rdgazm in the search pane, you can actually see what it is that we're willing to give back. A really great idea that we came up with is for any potential businesses or companies that are looking for a place to advertise. And I know this isn't all of you that are going to be watching this video, but what we're willing to do is for a certain donation, we will allow you to become a full-time sponsor for 1 entire year on all of our podcasts that we produce. So even if you are a gaming company, you're going to get an advertisement on our MMA show. So, and that lasts for 1 whole year. And so it's kind of a nice thing, so that way you know exactly how much it costs to advertise, and we'll definitely take care of you. So yeah, if you can, definitely check out Kickstarter.com, type in n3rdgazm, check out what it is that we're trying to achieve. There's a little bit of a bio about us in there as well. Also, take a look at the different donation amounts and what those kickbacks are that we're willing to give you. For all I know, maybe you want to become a host, you know, and this is a great way to, you know, get in contact with us to see if we can bring you into the n3rdgazm fold. And if anything, if you don't donate, it's not the end of the world. We all know there are other more important things in life that we could be, you know, putting our money towards. We're just hoping if this is something that you're interested in, you'll find it necessary to help us kickstart it, get it off the ground. And if anything, we hope if at all possible, if we can get you to visit our website or listen to one of our podcasts, that's a donation in my mind. So yeah, again, everybody, I just want to thank you for your time. Very uncomfortable doing this first video like this. Probably taken about 20 different takes. And yeah, you know, I guess some people may be better at this than I am, but hey, I'm used to just a headphone. You can't see my face, so you know, it's a learning experience. So again, everybody, thank you very much for your time, and definitely check us out on Kickstarter.com.